All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the press conference for Iga Swiatek. Just as a quick reminder, please let me know that you'd like to ask a question by using the raise your hand function and also stating your full name and media outlet. We will first start with questions in English only, so please only use the raise your hand function for English questions first, and then we will switch to Polish once we complete those. All right, so for English questions, let's go to our first question. Please go ahead and use the raise your hand function. We will start with Francisco.
Hi, Iga. Good to see you.
Hi.
It's a year ago, in October 2020, you had an amazing Roland Garros. You made your first title. How would you describe this year that have passed?
Well, for sure, I'm pretty happy that I've reached my goals that we had at the beginning. We didn't really know what to expect when I started the season because playing as a Grand Slam champion is always something tricky. We didn't know how exactly I'm gonna react, but we worked pretty hard, and then after like one hard tournament before Australian Open, the one in Melbourne. Yeah, well, I really got stressed on my first round. Then I worked through that, and on Australian Open it was much better. And since then, I think I kind of understood how it is playing as a Grand Slam champion. And it's not that bad when you're just focusing on the game and on tennis, and you're doing what you have done for the past 10 years of your life. So basically, yeah, I'm pretty happy that I also was consistent throughout this whole season, and yeah, that was basically my goal. So hopefully, in next seasons, I'm gonna be able to raise my level and also be consistent on the level. But we're gonna see how my game is gonna develop, and yeah.
All right, thank you, Francisco. Next, we'll go over to Courtney.
Hi, Iga. Courtney Nguyen, WTA Insider. Welcome to California. I guess first and foremost, you're going to be making your main draw debut here at Indian Wells. And I'm curious how you're finding the conditions here, what adjustments you feel like you're going to need to make in order to play some of your best tennis here.
Well, the weather is probably hard. We had some really hard conditions this season on previous tournaments in Tokyo, Miami. But yeah, I think I need like a few more days to get used to it because I'm coming back from Europe when it's already almost winter. So um, this is gonna be probably like one of the challenge, but also I have bye here. I'm in singles, so I'm gonna be able to have more time to prepare. And well, I don't know if I need like many adjustments because I really like the surface. I really like the balls, so it's not like on US Open that you couldn't control it because the balls were so light. Here, the conditions on court, I like them, so I just hope I'm gonna be able to play my solid game because of that. And yeah, I have to stop
Very
saying
good.
and at the end of the answer.
It's all good. We understand what you mean. And then just looking ahead, obviously, I assume one of your goals for the end of season is hopefully qualifying for the finals. And I'm just curious how what your mentality is going into that process of things, because that's obviously uncharted territory for you and a new experience. So yeah, how are you treating that aspect of this section of the season for yourself?
Well, I'm pretty happy, first of all, that I still have energy and motivation because that's my first year on tour, and I didn't really know how I'm gonna cope with playing tournaments whole year without basically any break because of Olympics we didn't have any break. So I just took like 4 days off in the middle of the season. So hopefully it's gonna be enough to for my motivation to last till the end of the season. But playing finals, I mean, really, it's like it's something special, you know. I've never actually thought about that before because usually I was just focusing on playing good on Grand Slams. But right now, when we're actually heading to the end of the race and we are getting closer to this tournament, I'm just getting, you know, excited. So on one side, I would really like for me to qualify, and it's really exciting for me. But on the other side, I know that the most important thing is to just stay focused and keep doing the same thing I did during the whole season. Yeah, because sometimes when you just don't think about what may come, it's easier to play and to work. So still, I know that even if I don't know this tournament is not gonna go well, I still have some chances to like get more points. So yeah, just I'm just really happy that I still have power. I don't have any injury because you know it's the end of the season, so many players are coping with that, and yeah, it's pretty fortunate. So I'm okay.
Very good. If I could just ask one more question, which is just at this tournament at Indian Wells, it has typically in the past been an event that, um, players who enjoy playing on clay do pretty well at, generally speaking. And I'm curious for you as somebody who enjoys the clay, do you see kind of that being true? Like, kind of practicing on the surface and seeing how the ball's reacting off your racket and how it's playing? Or do you see kind of like why clay court players might enjoy the conditions here and the setup in Indian Wells?
Yeah, for sure, I can see that because the surface is really good for the people that are playing topspin, and kick serve is jumping really high. So, yeah, that's probably like the best hardcore courts for clay court players. But I think also, you know, it's pretty different in March and in October because I remember like being here in 2020 before the COVID pandemic came. Like it was beginning of the season and still everybody was like pumped up, and I remember we were working really hard before the tournament. Right now we're more like balancing of what's the best solution for me to stay with a lot of energy and also not to overuse everything in my body. So yeah, from what I remember in last year, I loved the surface. Right now, as I said, I still need like 2 days to really get used to it and get used to the conditions. So I think I'm gonna be ready for my singles. And yeah, but as you said, I totally get why clay court players like here. Actually, I was talking with my coach about that today because he said that Roger always loved playing here. And I asked him, but I think it's more like Rafa's surface, right? So yeah, but it's my second year still, so I don't know. I don't know yet, like all the answers.
All good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Courtney. Next, we will go over to our final question in English with Reem. And then if you have questions in Polish, please go ahead and use the raise your hand function. Go ahead, Reem.
Hi, Iga. This is Rima Boulay from the National. Iga, just going back to your answer for the first question, you spoke a bit about how in the beginning it was difficult for you to kind of understand how to play and be on the tour as a Grand Slam champion. Earlier in the year, you also spoke about how you maybe weren't prepared for that kind of success early on. Can you expand a little bit about your process of how you reached a stage where you're comfortable and with all of this? Like what was that process like for you? What was key for you to get to that point?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm right now like 100% comfortable because still, with the mentality that I have, it's hard to sometimes stay calm because I'm really ambitious and a perfectionist. So, you know, knowing how I played on Roland Garros, it's sometimes frustrating for me that I can't repeat that on every tournament. But I think it also comes with age and experience and kind of like growing up. So I think I did that this year a little bit. Still, I'm not an expert at it, but I think it's just easier for me to manage expectations sometimes. Still, when I have Grand Slams, it hits me because Grand Slam for me is like, you know, the it's just on a higher level in my mind. But I'm working on that, and it's not easy to change that kind of attitude that you've been basically raised on. So this year, yeah, it was like pretty hard experience because I had to kind of switch it right after I won, and then during the season when I thought, hey, I think I should win something to prove that Roland Garros was not only one tournament. So yeah, I had like many ups and downs, but at the end I'm pretty proud that I've always been coming up at the end and just gaining the experience. It was, I would say, like the period of French Open, Wimbledon, and Olympics was pretty hard. But after that, when I could actually like sit down and reflect and have more time to rest, I realized that I learned a lot, and now I can use that. So hopefully, I'm gonna just get better and better at managing those expectations.
Iga, obviously everyone is different and has their unique path and unique mentality, but I'm curious, as someone who had this big sudden success, when you see Emma Raducanu and Leila Fernandez and what they've been able to do as teenagers at the US Open, if there's something in your mind that comes to your mind that you think this is like a key kind of tip that you would give them, not that you would give them tips, but like just in your mind, is there something that you would say, this is what they should look out for, or this is something that this kind of sudden success, this is something you have to watch out for after?
Well, I would say like balancing like all the things you have to do on court and all the things that they've been doing for the past years with all that new stuff, because it can overwhelm at the beginning. And it was good for me that Roland Garros was last tournament of the season. I know that they probably have one or two more, and also they're gonna have a break, and they're gonna have time to reflect on that. But yeah, I would say balancing that, and also having that kind of people around you who are not gonna push you to do even more because of the public relations or publicity. Just maybe staying calm a little bit and waiting for just waiting how you're gonna react to all of that, because we like in tennis we really don't have time to just sit and look, and we don't have like, I don't know, world championships every 2 years and maybe Olympics every 4 years. We have like every tournament seems really important, and especially I learned that right now when I'm in the race, so yeah, so we have to like learn those things pretty quickly, and yeah, I think all the people around can help a lot.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Reem. Now we will go over to Polish. We'll just ask for one question each so we can get to everybody. First, we'll go to Dominic. Dominic, you're on mute.
Halo, 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 cześć Iga.
Dzień dobry.
Cześć, więc chciałem zadać Ci pytanie. Pierwszy raz w karierze jesteś tak wysoko rozstawiona w tak dużym, prestiżowym turnieju jak Indian Wells. Jakie to ma dla Ciebie znaczenie? Czy to jest dodatkowa motywacja, czy jest to jakieś obciążenie mentalne i jak do tego podchodzisz?
Szczerze mówiąc, nie ma znaczenia tak naprawdę, bo obserwując co się dzieje na turze WTA, no można dojść do wniosku, że rankingi tutaj w ogóle nie grają i często wręcz właśnie osoby z gorszym rankingiem dochodzą do dalszych części turniejów, więc nie ma to dla mnie znaczenia, bo po prostu wiem, że tutaj wszystko może się wydarzyć. Po prostu staram się skoncentrować nadal na tym, co robiłam cały czas. No tak jak mówiłam na US Open, ja nadal jakby uczę się grać z lepszym rankingiem i czasami mimo wszystko ta presja trochę na mnie oddziałuje, ale no wciąż próbuję sobie przypomnieć na koniec, że mam 20 lat i że to jest nowa sytuacja, więc po prostu staram się dawać sobie czas na to, żeby się przyzwyczaić do tego.
Może jeszcze jedno szybkie pytanie mógłbym zadać, ponieważ ten turniej Indian Wells, jak wiemy, w zeszłym roku był odwołany i to był pierwszy taki duży turniej w ogóle odwołany z powodu pandemii. No i nasuwa się pytanie, jak pandemia wpłynęła na Twoją karierę?
Szczerze mówiąc, myślę, że pozytywnie, bo miałam czas przygotować się do matury, co pewnie by się nie wydarzyło, jakbym musiała cały czas być na turze. To, że uczyłabym się, ale wątpię, żebym była tak efektywna i w szkole, i w tenisie, więc cieszę się, że miałam tą przerwę akurat przed maturą. Cieszę się też, że miałam trochę czasu, żeby pobyć w domu i złapać trochę dystansu do tego wszystkiego, co robię. Pamiętam, że powrót do turu był wymagający, zwłaszcza, że nie było kibiców i to był taki czas, gdzie trochę, nie wiem, no miałam po prostu swoje wątpliwości. Później przyszedł Roland Garros i myślę, że też to, że to wszystko działo się podczas pandemii, trochę sprawiło, że miałam może mniej obowiązków po tym turnieju i faktycznie mogłam odpocząć i to nie było tak, że wszyscy w Warszawie się na mnie rzucali, bo ja wciąż miałam maseczkę i mimo wszystko większość ludzi w tej maseczce mnie nie poznawała, więc myślę, że pandemia pomogła mi. Też ja jestem mimo wszystko introwertykiem i taką osobą, która nie ma nic przeciwko siedzeniu w domu, więc jeśli miałam taką sytuację, że trzeba było faktycznie gdzieś pozostać, bo bylibyśmy narażeni, to wręcz mi się to podobało, bo mogłam odpocząć.
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we don't have any more time. This will conclude Iga's press conference. Thank you very, very much, everyone.
Dziękuję, thank you.